Alright guys, I'm back. Yes, it's been a while because I've been busy with my work, and it is really not easy to be a YouTuber or so-called to record a video just to show you guys more about my Tesla or just everything about Tesla. So today I'm going to show you all the accessories that I have gotten, and I think these accessories are the ones that are going to help me to help me navigate around the car, or to use it and to so-called make my life a little easier, you know. So let's get to it. Okay, the first thing I would like to show you is actually the sexy knobs and the sexy buttons. Right, here it is. So this is the sexy knobs and these are the sexy buttons. Alright, so obviously you'll be wondering, why do you even want to have buttons in this car, right? Of course, there are some things in this car that I still feel that it's pretty difficult to keep navigating on the screen. Like for example, I would like to actually control the aircon speed, the audio, or even the air vent from the back. Alright, actually all this can be controlled by the voice command. However, you need to be accurate with your words, meaning you need to say air vent, the fan speed. So there are keywords that you need to use in order for it to work. So, but then again, I'm more of a fan of a Siri, because Siri pretty much being able to actually say exactly, or rather Siri are able to figure out what exactly you are trying to say and therefore adjust things for you. Alright, but of course using the sexy button and the sexy knobs I feel it's a lot easier. Alright, so I can adjust the fan speed, the speaker volume, and the back vent, or to unlock the car. So like for example, I just press this and I increase the speed of the fan. You can hear the fan speed going up. However, the thing is that the company is still working closely with Tesla, because the speed is actually not reflected yet. Alright, same thing if you change the temperature here. Okay, you change the temperature here, it won't change. Oh, hold on. See, if I change to a 22 degree, okay, it still doesn't change yet. So this is something that they are improving. Okay, so, and then of course the other things that I'm pretty excited about is actually the buttons. Just to have a little quick shortcuts. Like for example, I can open the drawer from here, so it opens quickly, so I don't have to navigate into this screen and then press the button. And I can open the back boot, change my lighting, and I can actually you'll be wondering the stickers. The sticker doesn't coincide with the function that I have. So this actually pre-condition the battery for me when I go charging. Alright, and of course there's two buttons here that I actually put, because when I drive I actually can put my hand here and then I can press the button here or here. Alright, so basically this is actually a short horn. It's a very tiny short horn that you can actually program it in the enhanced app. And then of course this is the two blinker signal, just to send thank you to the guy who gave ways. Reason is because the glass at the back is actually quite tiny, and I don't think they can see your hand when you try to wave. You know, they probably can't see, so using the two blinker hazard light will definitely help a lot. Okay, next up is actually the screen protector. You don't have to buy the expensive kind. You can actually go to AliExpress, Lazada, or Shopee. You can look for those really affordable tempered glass. You don't have to buy those $60 to $80 kind. I got this screen protector for about only $15 to $20, and it actually comes with a frame where you can actually just put it nicely. It actually frame up for you before you can apply the glass, the tempered glass on it. Cheap and good, simple. Reason you still want to put it is because when you have kids hanging around in front watching TV, and sometimes they can be clumsy and they can be a bit rowdy. You don't want them to keep hitting the glass and then having a lot of scratches, and you probably feel painful, right? So I kind of treat this like my precious iPad, because this is where I'll look at it, control and everything, for almost everything, right? So it's important to actually cover. They actually do sell some rubber surround kind of a case. I don't know what you call that, but I do find it a bit ugly, so I didn't get that. But of course, if you wish to have that, you can actually have that as well, but I don't think it's necessary. Now to the next item, I actually bought a phone holder. It's actually by Jowa. You can see the brand here, Jowa. It's actually a Taiwanese brand. So it's actually a MagSafe phone holder, and your phone will actually just stick on it. Let me demo for you. All right, so you can actually see this phone and then ta-da, stick there nicely. All right, you can actually adjust still, but I kind of just left it as it is because this is my optimal position that I liked. Okay, where I can see you can actually put the phone up right above here as well. Maybe for the future ERP system, where I don't have to install the new ERP big ugly screen here, I can actually use my mobile phone, and I can still have the information on top here telling me how much money I have in my cash card and things like that. So the beautiful part about this is that this actually charges my phone as well. Okay, so it actually has a cable from the back. I'm not sure where you guys can see, right? Yep, so this is the cable that actually goes down inside here, and then of course it actually goes, I managed to hide inside. You can actually find a lot of YouTube instructions on how to actually hide the cable underneath all the way until here. And in fact, you can actually open up here, and then the cable can actually come inside from the bottom here, and then it goes to the connection here. Right, the good thing about the USB-C port is that actually high-speed charging. So this MagSafe actually gives you close to about 15-watt charging speed, which is really good, and it charges the phone quite fast as well. Okay, next up, so this is one of the items that I bought. It's actually a front rubber case, or rather the bottom case. You can see right here. Oh, all right. So you actually kind of protect the base here. Of course, you may need it or don't need it, but I think the idea is that I have something here, and when I put my stuff here, it doesn't rattle and it doesn't make a lot of noise. In fact, I actually bought another. It comes in a pair. You can choose a pair. There's one at the boot as well, so that you can use it for your front and your back bottom boot as well. Okay, so this is the other accessories that I bought it. It's actually the rim cover. Alright, so it actually comes with a Tesla logo. Of course, you can find it on AliExpress. And in fact, I have changed one side. I replaced it before because I had badly scratched the rim, and the plastic cover actually broke, but it didn't come off. So it shows how sturdy it is that you actually hold on to it. You can see from the corner here, it has scratched a little bit because I'm still not getting used to the length of the car, and I've been mounting curb. Not seriously, it's just brushing it, but because of that, you actually scrape the side. But glad to know that the plastic is actually protecting the rim as well. But of course, it comes with different design, so you don't have to buy this. The original one that comes with it actually doesn't cover the rim, as you can see here. Okay, it covers really well. You can't really see the inside rim. Okay, so this third-party one actually covers it. Right, you can see the scratches here. Right, so this has been protecting my rim quite a bit. All right, next up, I actually have a portable vacuum. It's actually the Bayus model. Alright, not sure you can see it. Oh yes, okay, you can see the base model A5. It's actually an upgraded version from the previous one that I have. I have an A3, but somehow I think it only just released recently, if I'm not wrong, A5. It has a lot higher suction power, and it's really nice and portable. So let me demo to you. You can see that my bag is actually quite dirty. Reason is because I have a dog and there's a fur all over. So this actually helps me. So it has two modes. This is the first mode and this is the second mode. Even higher. So it actually helps suck up all the furs that I have in my car. Keeping the car a lot cleaner. Okay, so I managed to finish vacuum my bag. Okay, so what you're looking at is actually the trunk mat that I bought from Trapo. Okay, so it has little grooves so that the water will be trapped inside. Okay, so that the water doesn't flow elsewhere or flow around. And if you need to dry it, just dab it, get a cloth. So this is actually the trunk mat, which I'm pretty loving it because it's rubber, and at the same time when you put heavy item, you actually protect the trunk as well. So let's go to the back and I'll show you. I have it for the back floor as well, you can see. So it's actually one full piece covered nicely. Right, it does give a bit of the industrial look, not exactly the best looking mat, but because of the honeycomb effect, it actually trap the dust nicely, and then you can actually vacuum it, and then it helps clean up the car a lot easier. So the model is actually a Trapo Hex. That's the hexagon, right? So that's the effects that they have as well. Okay, next up, I'm not sure whether you can see it. I have actually a van velcro covering the hole, the air hole here. All right, the reason why you want to have this hole cover is that the service agent actually told me that it's better to cover this hole, because even though it's an aircon van, that if your kids have a lot of toys and pencil, if it dropped and if it goes in, you have to spend quite a bit of servicing fee to actually retrieve the pen or the whatever item that drop inside, and then your car will have this rattling sound, and it can be quite irritating as well. So that is something small that you can actually protect it by getting it. In fact, he also recommended that you have something to cover this van as well, because the holes are actually quite big for the item to go inside. So potentially it can be a big problem. So that's something that you have to actually protect it if you want to. But thank God that my children are still behaving decently well. So yeah. Alright, the next item that I actually have is actually a tinted glass, a film protection. But of course, under the LTA guideline is that the front, I forgot what's the percentage, but it cannot be tinted here and here. Okay, so passenger and driver side, they are not allowed to be tinted, but you can get the one that still have UV protection. So even I noticed that there are some drivers who still tint the driver. It's just that during the inspection, you probably had to go back to the supplier to change again to a normal one, just so that you'll pass the inspection. But I didn't bother to go through that route because I think it's really troublesome. And also, I think it's important that when we drive, we can still see the person next to you, the driver. So some form of eye contact actually tells you that the person did see you or did not see you. Having a tinted glass can be a very dangerous thing, even though it does protect you from the UV or the heat. Okay, but I still think that it's important not to have tinted. Of course, you know that some driver likes to put a little shield here. In fact, I find those very irritating because not being able to have eye contact with the driver sometimes. It just shows that it just shows a lot of ignorance from other people as well. Okay, and of course, this is the most important part, the sunroof, right? The sunroof is the darkest tint that I got. Okay, however, it does work to some extent, but it did affect me while I traveled to KL. All right, so there was one, I was driving on the highway for almost 2 hours plus, and then when I reached back Singapore, it was so hot that I didn't even realize that I actually having a very, very bad headache. Okay, so reason is because even though I got the tinted glass on top here, okay, over a long period of time you can actually still get a headache. So it's good to travel with a cap. If wherever you are it's a hot day, okay, see the tinted glass is the darkest, okay, and of course the rear one is darker but it's not the darkest, okay, so on top is actually the darkest. You can actually buy a sunroof screen as well. I have it as well, but I didn't install because it kind of defeat the purpose of a sunroof, right? But of course, if it's for long travel, and I would definitely want to protect myself again from getting headaches, and at least I know that I have it with me to protect myself. Otherwise, it's really frustrating while having a long road trip to Malaysia. Right? It was really fun. I actually drove to KL. It was really fun, except that the roads, it's not the road condition in KL that is bad, but it's the amount of roads they have, amount of exit they have, that drove me nuts. It's like after you filter, after you exit on the highway, immediately there's 2 more exits that you have to decide. And obviously sometimes it's really difficult to check your Google Map, the screen in time, and then you just have to make, you can't read, because I can't read the Malay words quite well, or rather to recognize the Malay words. Of course I can read the word, I can pronounce it, but the thing is that which road to take, so that's the tough one, right? So KL was really troublesome to drive, but they really have a lot of things there, and I actually went to the Tesla showroom. Pretty interesting, and it's quite fun, but it's a bit far away from the city, and it's amazing. Yeah. Okay, the other thing that I actually got is actually the paint polish, or rather kind of fill up all the chips that the front bonnet will get if you never get any PPF, which is the paint protection film. The installation actually takes half the day. If you want it cheap, Malaysia is the place to do it, but then again, it's better that you Google quite a bit, understand the specification of PPF, because there's actually different thickness and of course different quality. And the thing about PPF is that probably every 2 to 3 years you have to replace it, meaning is because that it actually changes the color, especially you buy the translucent kind or transparent, just to protect there's no color in it. It will actually turn yellow. So, but then again, it depends on the quality of the film that you actually purchase. So that is something that you might want to pay attention to, right? So I didn't do all these things because I don't know. I think I always wanted to do a PPF, but the thing is that to PPF the whole car, it can actually take days. So locally, when I actually asked a shop how much to PPF the whole car, and it actually comes up to almost about 3,000, close to 4 if I'm not wrong, and it has 5 days downtime. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford the 5 days downtime actually, so that I didn't go with it. So the next thing I'll probably go and do is actually ceramic coating. That can be done in a day. Washing the car, and yeah, they'll do everything for you. So of course, having this pin here, okay, this pin here will be actually the one that this pin here will actually be the one that repair the color if you have a chip on the front, right? So you want it to repair properly for you, right? You can see, so this is the pin. You can easily find it on Lazada. It's a white pearl. The Chinese word says 珍珠白 pearl white. Yeah, that's what the Tesla car pearl white is like. I feel that it's the closest you can get. It's not the most perfect pin that you can get, but it's cheap. I mean, it's only $10. It's good to just fill up the little gaps that you have. And I noticed that the pin on Tesla, it seems to be thinner than usual. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but I felt that when I was filling up, and I could feel that it's really thin. It's not as thick where my previous car, when it has a chip, you can feel that the depth is actually deep, quite deep, but not for Tesla. I fill this up pretty easily, and yeah, I'll show you a sample in front. Okay, so this is the chipped place, and I actually painted with this pen here. Okay, it's still a little dirty because you have to wash it. All this dirt will go away, but obviously it's been a while because I painted probably in my first month. I actually got a chip already, so I immediately painted. You can see there's still some depth to it, okay, but at least it covers off the chip. It was actually a black dot, so it's quite an eyesore, so that's something that I really want to do to protect the paint as much as possible. Okay, so the next important thing that I would like to share with you is actually to get rid of the stock wiper that Tesla comes. It's really very lousy. In fact, within the first week, I actually changed to a brand that all the while has been using and very trustworthy, and it's actually a Malaysia brand. It's actually called Trapo. All right. In fact, the moment after I changed and I actually cleaned the glass, my glass has no coating at all. Nothing at all, and this wiper has been working beautifully, and is pretty silent, and it actually wipes very well. So Trapo actually came with the new socket that is meant for Tesla, right? So I can give you a demo in a while, and you can actually see how silent is it. It has no squeaky sound, so that is something I would recommend that the first thing you change, or if your stock is doing well for you, then I guess you can leave it, but it irritates me quite a lot on the first week. Okay, so here is the wiper demo. Let me switch off the aircon so that you won't hear the fan speed, so that you can actually hear the wiper properly. So I'm going to just squeeze the water, and then you'll wipe. Perfect wipe. I like it how squeaky clean that the wiper actually does. I'm not sure whether can you see it. Let me go outside and I show you the glass. Okay, so look at how squeaky clean the glass is, but also means that you should wipe your wiper often, clean your wiper often, so that the dirt will not stay there as well. Okay, so these are the accessories that I have and I actually installed in the car that I think it's really useful and helpful to the car, so that you can drive comfortably, enjoy the ride, and I would say it's a little of investment, right? Of course, there are other accessories like the auto trunk opening, so that it works similarly like your back of the boot opening, using the pneumatic, basically a mechanical trunk. But I just feel that it's not necessary because it has to mod your front quite a bit, and it actually taps on your 12-volt battery, right? So the question is that whether your 12-volt battery will be affected, because your warranty will be voided if your third-party accessory actually spoil the 12-volt battery. So that's something that I try not to tap into as much. Non-electrical item if possible. Just trying to keep the car as stock as possible. Alright, so thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I will come up with more video these next few weeks and months. And I'll definitely want to share with you guys more about my Tesla. And I hope you enjoy watching so far. Thank you. I'll see you the next time.